Next, we're going over the dumbbell thruster. The dumbbell thruster is a double movement, so we're doing a partial squat into an overhead press. When we're doing this movement, it has many different uses. So you can do this as a little bit more of a cardio exercise, a muscular endurance exercise, or a strength exercise. The great thing about the dumbbell thruster is it's a good cue for when we start using heavier weights, like with a bar. When we're using the bar, we can tend to, if it gets too heavy, start arching the back, that low back, or puffing the chest a little bit more, putting a lot of stress on that spine in different areas that we do not want. So the thruster can be used as a tool to then teach somebody, whether they're in a neutral grip like the thruster is, or if they're in a military press position with a pronated grip, to not necessarily let the back do the work, right? We don't want the chest to help. We don't want to start moving backwards. We want to stay upright. We want to keep those shoulders broad, but that chest pulled down, okay? So that way when we start overhead pressing, we're still using those shoulders, but that thruster is just to use those legs a tiny bit, just enough that you can use your legs to drive the movement over your head, okay? So a dumbbell thruster is just that. It's a partial squat with an overhead press, right? So neutral grip, we're gonna start with those hands roughly at the shoulders, make sure wrists are stacked, keep that core engaged, knees slightly bent to start. From here, keep that chest drawn in, shoulders pinched. But from here, we're gonna inhale, then we're gonna slightly bend those knees, push your hips back like we're gonna go into a squat, but we're not gonna do a full squat, okay? So it's just that partial squat, press over top of the head, okay? So that's all that is. It's just a partial squat, overhead press. Really think about driving your hands upwards, keep your elbows tucked in so that way we don't wing them out, okay? So keep everything stacked as much as possible, okay? And then biggest thing too with the dumbbell thruster, allow those dumbbells to come right back to the shoulders before starting that next one, okay? So don't start squatting as those hands are coming down. Make sure we get to the shoulders and then start. Even if it's just a slight pause, that is the dumbbell thruster.